I want to move back to the court's other major ruling, a plan that was always destined for failure, Biden's borrower bailout. Joining me now to discuss, former Arkansas governor and former GOP presidential candidate Mike Huckabee. All right, Gov, I have a ton on this, but I'm sure you do too. You got to pay your loans back, right?
You know, if people are smart enough to go to an Ivy League school, they ought to be smart enough to read the loan agreement that they signed. And these people agreed to borrow the money and to pay it back. And it was very explicit what the interest rate was and what the payments would be and how long the amortization schedule would take. And then somehow they said, oh, heck, I can't pay this back because I got a gender studies degree and I'm working as a barista at Starbucks and I'm making $7 an hour because nobody wants to hire me with my gender study degree. Well, sorry, Buttercup, but that's what you agreed to. And some of us, chumps like me, that work 40 hours a week while I went to college and paid my own way and did it without any borrowed money. The fact is, now I feel like I should have just waited and called on old Uncle Sugar to come take care of me and to pay my loan off 45, 50 years after I went to college.
Wouldn't that be something? But, Gov, the bigger thing here that I see is, do you think there's going to be any reflection from these people who got that, you know, gender studies basket weaving degree or whatever, and say, hey, maybe I should get a degree in, like, I don't know, mathematics or, you know, accounting? Or do you think that that's going to shift this because it can't be done?
Well, maybe they should have gotten a certificate in welding or becoming a journeyman electrician or becoming a finished carpenter. They'd have made a lot more money. And here's the thing, the people who did go to learn to be a brick mason or perhaps an HVAC technician, who paid their expenses to get their certification and to get their training? They paid it. So this nonsense about somebody owes me something. Well, the people that are out there as working stiffs who are paying their own way, I don't think they've got any responsibility to have to pay for their schooling and to pay for somebody who never sat down and figured out if they could afford to go to the expensive college. Maybe they should have gone to community college. Maybe they should have gone online. But it was their decision. I believe in freedom, Carl, and I know you do. But these people ought to get a grip and make an understanding that if you make choices, those choices have consequences. And if you make an expensive choice you can't afford, you have to suck it up and live with it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you know, I'd actually love to see a primetime reality show of barista to welder. Watch their purple hairspray light on fire. But President Biden, though, he's not taking this laying down. He said less than an hour ago, he came out. Listen to this.
I'm announcing today a new path consistent with today's ruling to provide student debt relief to as many borrowers as possible, as quickly as possible. Hope on the horizon, thanks to relief that I planned last year. Today's court decision snatches it away from them. I get it. I get it. I hear this. And I'm concerned about it. But today's decision has closed one path. Now we're going to pursue another.
Yeah, we can't do it the way I wanted to originally, so we're going to find another way that might get challenged.
Yeah, even Nancy Pelosi disagreed with him and said he couldn't do it because she'd done something apparently Joe hadn't done, read the Constitution. What an interesting idea. The amazing thing about all of this is he continues to act like that he's going to do what really makes no sense to about 70% of the American people. And that's take money from some Americans who are working, getting a paycheck, and turn around and give it to some other people and say, we're going to pay off your bills. Carl, this is nothing more than vote buying, pure and simple. And if he really wants to take some money from somebody, take it from Hunter. Take it from his own Biden crime family proceeds, doing business with the Chinese and the Russians, for God's sake.
Yeah, no, I completely agree with that. But before I let you go, Gov, you know, we see these things happen. You talk about vote buying, and I talked a little bit about that in my opening, which is the fact is they know they can't deliver on these things. They know it's going to get struck down. Are they just kicking the can down the road to the next election?
I think they believe that a lot of Americans are real suckers and saps, and they'll just believe anything they tell them, and the media is going to certainly do it. You played that clip from CNN before. These are people that are truly in collusion with each other to lie to the American people and tell them a bunch of stuff that's nothing more than balloon juice. And people are going to have to wake up and realize they're being lied to, big time.
Yeah, it is shocking. And I just hope that people learn, and maybe they won't invest in stupid things that don't receive them any backside money on that. So Mike Huckabee, Governor, appreciate you being here.